This program contains a brief explanation with video demonstrations of an off-season strength and conditioning program for a youth or academy footballer. This off-season program is part of a yearly plan, also known as a macrocycle or season plan. The season plan is broken into smaller chunks known as mesocycles. The off-season mesocycle, ringed in red here, is split into two phases: general preparation and hypertrophy. This program is concerned with the general preparation phase of the off-season, which lasts until the end of May. This is the tracking document you can use to record session details such as weight lifted, sets and reps completed, etc. You can download this from the documents section at www.sportscienceconsultants.com. So bordered in red is the prehab/warm-up section. This is like an arrival activity for you, and its design is dependent on data from your recent test battery or injury history or whatever musculoskeletal issues you might have that day. It could be tight hips, stiff back, etc. Next we have the warm-up circuit or ramp session. This is where you raise heart rate, body temperature, increase blood flow to the working muscles, activate those muscles, mobilize joints, and basically get you ready or potentiate you for your workout. So don't amble through this, and make sure you complete it. Next we have the hip, glute, core conditioning unit. This can be done in the session or earlier or later in the day. Try and do it on the same day though. Over on the left, as you look at the screen, is the main body of the program. 6 strength exercises, and these will be demonstrated later on for you. Start with 3 sets on week 1, 4 sets on week 2, and look to the end of the video for more information on your sets. Conditioning is any aerobic activity, cycling, running, rowing, between 30 to 90 minutes at moderate intensity, 11 to 12 on the Borg scale. So we're going to start with the arrival activity, and as I said before, this will be dependent upon your testing. If you'd like to get some more information on different foam rolling tips or how to use the long bands, how to use massage balls, peanuts, then just go to the Sports Science Consultants website, www.sportscienceconsultants.com, and you get a ton of information on there, video links and PDF downloads as well. So here I've chosen to foam roll thoracic spine, front of thigh, just changed over to inner thigh, and you're just going to spend like 4 or 5 rolls on each of those. We're not looking to really address long-time chronic musculoskeletal dysfunction here, just looking to loosen you up a little bit. So as well as foam rollers, you can do some basic joint mobility. So here's the turtle cat, recommended for a lot of youth and adolescent footballers because you tend to spend most of your time sitting down in class all day, your back gets a bit stiff. So turtle cat and this one T-Mobs can help loosen up that thoracic spine. Okay, just 4 or 5 on each of those. Okay, so now we're moving into that ramp circuit, and you're going to start with prisoner squats. So if you're a little bit tight in the shoulder, or maybe you've got a little bit of shoulder pain or elbow pain, you can change that into these counterbalance squats, and these can help some people get a little bit lower. Throwing the arms out to counterbalance the hips coming back. After those, you've got your forward lunges. Okay, don't forget to look to your tracking document for your repetition range. Okay, these are just some examples of the movement. Keep head, shoulders, hips in line. Gently tighten the tummy. Make sure that front heel stays on the floor. Don't let that front heel lift. With the sideways lunge, your weight is coming back onto your heel. Okay, your trailing leg is staying straight. You should feel a good stretch on the adductors on that trailing leg. So have a look at my left foot here. Weight coming onto the left heel, really loading that left hip. Okay, into the PCPC. So that's the press-ups first. Okay, again, look to your rep range on your tracking document. I'm just going to do 4 here as an example, 3 or 4 here as an example. If you haven't got the strength in the upper body yet to do a full body with good form, go onto a kneeling press up. Make sure that trunk stays neutral. Okay, on to mountain climbers. Again, try and keep the trunk parallel to the floor, try and maintain neutral spine, and try and get those knees in towards the elbows. Once you've completed your mountain climbers, you're now going on to your plank. Again, don't let the hips get too high. Okay, try and keep ear, shoulder, hips in line. Okay, gently brace the abdomen as you lift. Once you've completed your plank, then you're on to your cobras. Okay, give your glutes a gentle squeeze, lift the chest, pull the shoulder blades down as well as in. Okay, pull your shoulder blades in towards your spine. You don't want to be lifting your shoulder blades towards your ears here. Okay. So, just into a little bit of a hip mobilization, but we don't want to do any static stretches just yet. So, see how I'm working in and out of this pigeon stretch, okay? Keep that hip moving, okay? Get into position, and then just move that hip in and out of that position, okay? Really trying to work that femur, the head of the femur in and out of that joint. Okay, next, onto your back. And we're going to do some iron crosses, palms up to the ceiling. Keep the neck relaxed. You don't want to be looking up or lifting your head up off the floor. Your vertebral column needs to be as relaxed as possible, and the muscles around it relaxed as possible. Okay, onto the modified get-ups. Right leg bent, right arm bent. Try and keep that arm perpendicular to the floor, because this movement is preparing you for a full Turkish get-up, where you will be using a weight in the future. So let's just work on getting that technique right. Trying to get that arm perpendicular to the floor, okay? So you see my arms coming forward a little bit there. If I'm holding a kettlebell in there, that's going to make it a lot harder, okay? So next, on to back bridges. So this is working the erector chain. That's the erector spinae, the paraspinal muscles of the back, the glutes, and the hamstrings, all working together as a unit. Okay, this chain of muscles tends to get quite weak with sitting watching TV, sitting playing the Xbox or the PS4, whatever. Okay, or sitting making TikTok videos. So, next bit. Okay, so we're going to have a look at that hip, glute and core conditioning. And in that section, we've got some side planks. Okay, here's a full body side plank, and I'm using my hand first of all to give me some assistance. If you want to make it a bit harder, you can have your hand running along your body. That's going to provide a little extra weight. Okay, if you want to make it even harder still, you can lift your arm up to the sky. Okay, but if you want to make it a little bit easier, bring your knees forward. And if that's too easy, just bring them back again in line with the hips. Okay, so that's your side planks. Okie dokie, next we've got some band walking. So you're going to need a Dynaband. Let's get that around the ankles. Let's keep it around the ankles for now. Don't worry about going up to the knees yet. Okay. And you want to make sure that your shoulders are level here. Make sure that your hips are level. Okay. What we don't want to do is suddenly start trying to lift the band with the quads. So if your knees are slightly bent, make sure they stay slightly bent. Okay. Don't get those quads working. Keep the hips level, keep the shoulders level. You want to be feeling this around the top of the hip to the side, okay? Hitting glute medius. Next, single leg squat and touchdown. Okay, keep a neutral spine, and you're getting flexion at the ankle, the knee, and the hip. Okay, right hand comes across to touch left foot. Left hand comes across to touch right foot. Don't forget, look to your tracking document for your sets and reps. Once you've completed single leg squat and touchdown, you're onto your sagittal plane hops. Okay, so you're going to have right leg up, in line with the hip, hop forward, land on the left leg. Okay, next, left leg up, hop forward, land on the right leg and back again. It looks like the same exercise, but trust me, it will feel different each side. Okay, on to the main body of the program. Right, we've got your dumbbell squats, shoulders back. Okay, trying to get the hips nice and low. So if you look at the sideways on position, you can have a look. Hips come back, neutral spine, keep looking straight ahead, let's try and work on that depth. If you only have one weight to hand, it could be a kettlebell for example, then you can go into a goblet squat. Okay, so here we are with a goblet squat type exercise. So you're loading the trunk here. Okay, and this is your elbows under your wrists. Again, get the depth, tighten the abdomen, watch the back, keep it neutral. Don't let the back round, okay? Tighten the abdomen, give the glutes a squeeze on the way up. Try and get those glutes working. Right, next one. We have the one-armed row. So you can use a platform to rest your hand. It could be a Swiss ball. It could be the back of a chair. Okay, make sure the chair's not going to collapse under your weight. You ought to really be able to stabilize yourself without this platform. Okay, trying to get that trunk maybe about a 30-degree angle from the floor. Again, keep the spine neutral. Don't pull with the biceps. Use the powerful muscles of the back. So pull the shoulder blade in. So here we go. Here's the same exercise but without resting on anything. Okay, see neutral spine, tummy tightened, and shoulder blade coming in towards the spine. So that's your one arm rows, building good strength and size in the back. Okay, next we're on to the chest press. You can do this on a Swiss ball, you can do this on a Bosu, you can even do this flat on the floor with your legs bent, okay, and your elbows out wide in line with your shoulders. Okay, tighten the abdomen, breathe out as you push, breathe in on the way down. We're not doing anything explosive yet, so you don't need to hold the breath. Romanian deadlift. I've got tight hamstrings, so my knees are bending here. So hinge forward at the hip. Try and keep the knees straight, or if there is a slight bend, try and maintain that bend. Don't let the bend increase. The main driver here is the glutes, so thrust the hips forward as you lift. Okay, on to shoulder press. Big press above the head. Tighten the abdomen. Let's get full range. Bring the elbows down so they're just below shoulder height. You can do it split stance if you want, like I was doing there. Okay, bicep curls next. Okay, trying to keep shoulders and hips level, rotate forearm. So that's the end of your strength section. And with regards to your off-season conditioning, at the moment it's 30 to 60 minutes. That could be 30, 45, an hour, 2 to 3 times a week. You can run, you can jog, you can cycle, you can do a combination of those things, like a power walk, even uphill walking. But stay around 11 to 13 on the board scale shown here. Start easy, don't train too intensely. All the intense training will be coming up as we move towards season start. Okay, good luck with your program. Any problems, please pop me an email. Thank you.